this is Jody from FoodStorageMadeEasy.net, and today I'm going to give you a quick little overview on a product that we sell in our store that me and Julie both love and use in our homes, and it's the WaterBrick. The WaterBrick is a 3.5-gallon water container, so it's a little bit smaller than kind of the traditional 5-gallon containers you may see at camping stores. But it's larger than 2-liter pop bottles, and it's a lot sturdier plastic, so it's really good for storing in different temperatures, inside, outside. They're really nice and stackable. They kind of stack like Legos, so you can do them crosswise or in one single row on top of each other, and they're strong enough that it's okay to stack them. And they're also small enough that they can fit in kind of compact little funny spaces that you may have for storage. So if you kind of are tight on space, they're a really great option. So I just wanted to give you a feel for what they look like and how they work, so you can see if it's something that you might want to look into for your water storage program yourself. So basically, when you get your WaterBrick, it comes with a handle inside the brick with a lid on top. The lid has a little gasket inside that you want to make sure stays on. And then you can stick the lid on. It just fits in these little holes. And they kind of have to cross each other in like a little figure 8. Stubborn. So they don't fall off. So it's a good thing. So then you can carry it, which is nice. So if you have a lot of water stored in 55-gallon barrels, which are a little harder to access for just shorter term water emergencies, these are really nice. So you can screw the lid on. You want to make sure to screw it on tight so it doesn't leak. And then that's a little handy water container. And I love this plastic. It's BPA free. All the materials in the gasket are BPA free as well. I know that's a concern for a lot of people when storing stuff in plastic, so you shouldn't have to worry there. And then they're really easy to fill. It fits in my kitchen sink really easily. You could also use like a drinking water hose if you don't have a tall enough sink. So you just fill it up, and like I said, it's 3.5 gallons, so that's a decent amount of water, but it's not too heavy. Water, I think, is 8 pounds per gallon, so you're looking at under 30 pounds, which is not too hard. If you're decently strong, you can carry that and use that. So let's get this filled up, and I'll kind of show you how to use it a little more. Okay, now that we've got it full, you can see here, we're just going to stick the spigot on top. It's the same size lid as the regular lid, so you just swap out your lid for a spigot lid. Just twists on. You want to make sure it's nice and tight so it doesn't leak on you. And you could take the handle off if you wanted. I leave it on just because it's easier to maneuver it around. And then you can see when it's full, it's heavy, but it's not unreasonably heavy for me to maneuver and carry around. So it should stay sealed when it's off, and then when you want to use the water, twist it that way, and that way it's nice and easy to use for drinking or cooking or whatever when you're in your emergency situation. So I just wanted to give you a quick little tip. Because of the design of the spigot, inside there's a little tube and it kind of points upwards. So you can see once the WaterBrick is just under halfway empty, if you turn it on, the water doesn't really come out anymore. It's not reaching the straw. So there's 2 options. You can just start tipping it and get your water out that way. Or at this point, you can move the spigot onto a second WaterBrick that's full and just keep using what's left of this one for larger things if you need to do some laundry or flush a toilet or something like that. And so that way the spigot's always on a full brick, so you can easily turn it on for your drinks and have access to quick, easy sprays of water without messing with the lid on and off and having to turn the really heavy container upside down. So that's it for that, and now I want to show you a couple of spots in your house that you can store these, which is the reason why I really like these, because of the size that they are. You can really store them in a lot of different little hiding spots in your house. So let's go look at some of those.
So I keep my 72-hour kit stuff right here in my front entry coat closet, and the WaterBricks are nice to have there. So if we have enough time to grab a couple of the bricks, then I grab those along with some smaller water containers that are in each of the backpacks, but I always figure it's great to have more ready to go when you're ready to grab and run. So the lighting down here is kind of bad, but I've got kind of a long, skinny food storage room. So I've got food shelves on one side and then regular shelves for other stuff on the other side, and a water barrel tower for large amounts of water. And then I kind of was left with this little skinny area at the end of my stacks of my 2 shelves on the right hand side. So I've just been, every month or 2 buy a couple more bricks, and I'm just kind of stacking up so I can make a little wall and fill in some of that extra space there. Plus then it's a nicer supply of water jugs in a container that I can just grab one and bring it upstairs instead of having to pull out the siphon for the big barrels. So I have the big barrels if we need it in a big major thing, but I do love the smaller sizes that I can manage and bring upstairs by myself for kind of a shorter term water emergency. So if you have kind of a smaller space solutions in your house, if you have kids' closets, this is a perfect solution. So we have kind of higher shelves, so there's a lot of dead space at the top, so you can angle them upright, or this one's empty, so I can move it around. If you don't have as high of ceilings, you can lay them down and stack them, or just one high, or if it's a wider shelf, like I don't feel like mine would work this way, but if you had a wider shelf, you could definitely do them out that way, make even more space, or upright like this. It all just kind of depends on your space, but they're great in kids' bedrooms or coat closets or areas where you have a little more dead space that you're not using all the time. Another great use of space is under kids' beds. My kids just like to shove toys under their beds if I don't have the space used up, so I could put a couple of layers of water bricks you can see under here. If you have higher beds, you could even turn them upright so you won't fit under this bed that way, but some of our other beds are taller and you could fit even more in a space that way. Or if they're extra tall, you could stack them too high under the bed and have a wall of water under your bed. Go. So the last place that water bricks are awesome for storage is in a garage or outside. So if you have space constraints in your home, they can be a really great option for that. So it's thick plastic, so it's harder for the water to freeze inside of it, but even if it does freeze, then you can use these as ice blocks to help even preserve food, or kind of use in a cooler to keep stuff cool longer, or you can let it thaw and then have water that way. And in hot temperatures, it's okay as well. It can go to hotter than your outside temperature probably will ever get. The exact numbers can be found on our website. So I love storing these inside, outside. I showed you a couple of the spots that I like, and if you decide that this is something you want to look into, we sell them on our website at foodstoragemade.easy.net, and you can come over there and check out more information on water storage, water purification, food storage, emergency preparedness, and other things like that. So come on and visit us and check them out.